Good
Meeting
evening.
2279 of our club is called to order, and I hand over the meeting to our president, Sanjay Bhatia. Over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Pastor R.K. Lutherji, and good evening to everyone. Welcome to our guest for this evening, Dr. Parul, and also welcome to we have another guest, Mohit Srivastava, a guest of Past President Dr. Vora, joining us this evening. Members, as you are all aware, we lost an upcoming leader of the district, DGN Naveen Gulati ji, on 16th of May. This came as a shock to all of us. I would request for a moment of silence in memory of Naveen Gulati ji. And I know a lot of us have lost our near and dear ones during the course of this pandemic. Let this moment of silence be in memory of all that we have lost our near and dear ones. I would now invite Andita ji for the invocation for this evening. Nandita, I'm unmuting you. Nandita, we can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself.
Sorry. Good evening, President Sanjay Bhatia, Secretary Suchi Thakur, all Rotarians, Rotary ants, all friends and all guests. मैं आपको एक छोटी सी कहानी सुनाने जा रही हूँ जो कि इट्स अ मोटिवेशनल स्टोरी। एक प्रोफेसर क्लास ले रहे थे। क्लास के सभी छात्र बड़ी ही रुचि से उनका लेक्चर सुन रहे थे। उनके पूछे गए सवालों के जवाब दे रहे थे, लेकिन उन छात्रों के बीच एक कक्षा में एक छात्र ऐसा भी था जो चुपचाप और गुमसुम बैठा था। प्रोफेसर ने पहले ही दिन उस छात्र को नोटिस कर लिया, लेकिन कुछ नहीं बोला। लेकिन जब 4-5 दिन बीत गए तो भी ऐसा ही चलता रहा। तो उन्होंने उस छात्र को क्लास के बाद अपने कैबिन में बुलाया और पूछा, तुम हर समय उदास क्यों रहते हो? क्लास में अकेले और चुपचाप बैठे रहते हो, लेक्चर पर भी ध्यान नहीं देते, क्या बात है? कुछ परेशानी है क्या? सर, वो छात्र कुछ हिचकिचाते हुए बोला, मेरे अतीत में कुछ ऐसा ही हुआ है जिसकी वजह से मैं बहुत परेशान रहता हूँ, समझ नहीं आता क्या करूं। प्रोफेसर भले व्यक्ति थे। उन्होंने छात्र को शाम को अपने घर पर बुलवाया। शाम को जब छात्र प्रोफेसर के घर पहुंचा तो प्रोफेसर ने उसे अंदर बुलाकर बैठाया। फिर स्वयं किचन में चले गए और शिकंजी बनाने लगे। उन्होंने जानबूझकर शिकंजी में ज्यादा नमक डाल दिया। फिर किचन से बाहर आकर शिकंजी का गिलास छात्र को देकर कहा, ये लो शिकंजी, पी लो। छात्र ने गिलास हाथ में लेकर जैसे ही एक घूंट लिया, अधिक नमक के स्वाद के कारण उसके मुंह अजीब सा बन गया। ये देख प्रोफेसर ने पूछा, क्या हुआ? शिकंजी पसंद नहीं आई? नहीं सर, ऐसी बात नहीं है, बस शिकंजी में नमक थोड़ा ज्यादा है, छात्र बोला। अरे, अब तो ये बेकार हो गया, लाओ गिलास मुझे दो, मैं इसे फेंक देता हूँ। प्रोफेसर ने छात्र से गिलास लेने के लिए हाथ बढ़ाया, लेकिन छात्र ने मना करते हुए कहा, नहीं सर, बस नमक ही थोड़ा ज्यादा है, थोड़ी चीनी और मिला ले तो स्वाद ठीक हो जाएगा। ये बात सुनकर प्रोफेसर गंभीर हो गए और बोले, सही कहा तुमने, इसे समझ भी जाओ, ये शिकंजी तुम्हारी जिंदगी है। इसमें घुला अधिक नमक तुम्हारा अतीत के बुरे अनुभव हैं। जैसे नमक में शिकंजी से बाहर नहीं निकाल सकते, वैसे ही उन बुरे अनुभवों को भी जीवन में अलग नहीं कर सकते। वे बुरे अनुभव भी जीवन का हिस्सा ही हैं। लेकिन जिस तरह हम चीनी घोलकर शिकंजी का स्वाद बदल सकते हैं, वैसे ही बुरे भावों को भूलने के लिए जीवन में मिठास तो घोलनी ही पड़ेगी ना। इसलिए मैं चाहता हूं कि तुम अपने जीवन में मिठास घोलो। प्रोफेसर की बात छात्र के समझ में आ गई। उसमें निश्चय किया कि बीती बातों में परेशान नहीं होगा। इससे हमें ये सीख मिलती है कि जीवन में अक्सर हम अतीत की बुरी बातों और यादों के और अनुभवों को याद रखकर दुखी होते रहते हैं। इस तरह हम अपने वर्तमान पर ध्यान नहीं दे पाते और कहीं ना कहीं अपना भविष्य बिगाड़ लेते हैं। जो हो चुका उसे सुधारा नहीं जा सकता, लेकिन कम से कम उसे भुलाया तो जा सकता है, और उन्हें भुलाने के लिए नई मीठी यादें हमें आज बनानी होंगी। जीवन में मीठे और खुशनुमा लम्हों को लाइए, तभी जीवन में मिठास आएगी। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Nandita ma'am. Always nice to hear stories from you for the invocation. This probably would be, I think, the third or fourth time we've had the opportunity of listening to you. This month of May is Youth Services Month. Sorry, let me also invite AG Dr. Parvez Sablok, who's joined us. Our own AG, Dr. Rita Kalra, also welcome to you. She's also attending this meeting, and PDG Shaju, who's also joined from Cochin. Welcome to all of you. May is Rotary Youth Services Month, and amongst the many ways, connecting to the youth is definitely one of the ways. And I would like to take this opportunity of thanking our Rotractors who've been helping in the COVID Rasoi, where we are providing meals to COVID patients at COVID care centers and even those who are resident quarantined in their homes. Besides this, there's also an offer. There's a program being launched by our vocational service director, Anupam Jain. Since she's not joined, I'll take the liberty of announcing that program, just sharing a small slide on this. This is a computer program course being launched for youth who have children who have lost their parents due to the pandemic, due to COVID-19. So this course is, I think she has about 100 seats for this online course on computers, which is to enable them to get jobs following this course. It is a course for 6 to 12 weeks, I'm told, and for the youth who are above 18 years. The numbers are given here, otherwise members who can find the target, reach the target segment, can definitely be in touch with Anupam Jain or Shuchi or me for these details. The date is not announced yet. I think this should be starting in June. So definitely reach out to the community, to people you know who could benefit from this program. So coming to this evening's program, I would like to invite IPP Salil Bali for putting the introduction for our guest speaker for this evening.
Protocols followed. Good evening, everyone. Today we have with us Dr. Parul Kalra, and I have the fond privilege to introduce her to the house. Dr. Parul Kalra is an experienced consultant and homeopathic physician. She has more than 10 years of experience across multiple geographies. Her specialization is classical homeopathy. Born and brought up in Fazilka, she did her BHMS from Homeopathic Medical College, Abohar, and her MD from Guru Nanak Dev Homeopathic College, Ludhiana. She has also done a diploma in acupressure from Ludhiana. She has a holistic approach curing the disease, which includes yoga, diet, and lifestyle, along with homeopathy. She is happily married to Saurabh, and the couple have a lovely son called Sanjay. Ladies and gentlemen, I present before you Dr. Parul Kalra. Ma'am, all yours. Dr. Parul Kalra, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. A very warm evening to everybody. So good to see so many people online, at least. So in these unprecedented times, I'm reminded of a few lines I would like to share with all of you. एक अंधेरा लाख सितारे, एक निराशा लाख सहारे, सबसे बड़ी सौगात है जीवन, नादां है जो जीवन से हारे. एक अंधेरा लाख सितारे, एक निराशा लाख सहारे, सबसे बड़ी सौगात है जीवन, नादा है जो जीवन से हारे। दुख से अगर पहचान ना हो तो कैसा सुख और कैसी खुशियां, तूफानों से लड़कर ही तो लगते हैं साहिल इतने प्यारे। So these lines are actually resonating with the current scenario. So मुझे ये पंक्तियां याद करवाती हैं कि आजकल का जैसा सीन चल रहा है, तो हमें पेंडेमिक के अंदर हर जगह अंधकार ही नजर आ रहा है, कोई रोशनी की किरण एक्चुअली में नजर नहीं आ रही है। तो उस चीज के अंदर हमें लास्ट ईयर हम 2020 में थे, तो हमें लग रहा था दिस इज द वर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ आवर लाइव्स, बट कम 2021 and the pandemic is even worse. So the mutated form is here. So the pandemic is back, and this time with a vengeance. So basically, I would like to focus on simple things which we can relate to in our lives, and we can we can just change our scenario on the way we look at life and the way we experience the things, so that these things do not take a toll on our lives. In homeopathy, we believe that nothing is, nothing comes on the physical form, or no symptoms is produced unless and until there is a mental conflict or there is some mentally disturbance in our mind. So the hormonal play, the difference, the oversecretion, the undersecretion of some neurotransmitters and some hormones, they are firstly affected, and then the physical symptoms appear. So this is what homeopathy is all about, and I would like to share few of my experiences, few of my things which I practice in my day-to-day life with all of you. So with COVID second wave, so now this year, as we all are aware that last year, the first wave symptoms were of dry cough, fever, tiredness, breathing problems, loss of smell and taste. But this second wave has maybe only headache, loose motions, backache, weakness, vomiting or nausea, uneasiness, hearing problems, along with the high-grade fever. So the mutated form is even worse. So looking into what is health all about, basically holistic health or health as a whole is, we have to take our body as a whole, not as a part. So if we take into account what is actually the meaning of health according to WHO, it is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease, which actually we all feel कि अगर कोई symptom नहीं आ रहा, कोई problem नहीं है, तो we are okay. But that's not there. Sometimes physically हमारे को कोई problem नहीं होता है, but अंदर से anxiety, panic, fears इतने ज़्यादा रहते हैं, especially during these times. So we cannot call ourselves that we are completely healthy. So it's very important to maintain this health. So our bodies and each system within should be treated as a whole and not as collection of parts. So holistic health basically addresses the mind, body, and the spirit collectively. It searches the underlying cause of symptoms rather than simply covering them up with medication. So there are various aspects of holistic health: physical aspect, emotional aspect, mental aspect, social aspect, and spiritual aspect. All of these collectively form the basis of health and holistic health as we can. So these things, how can we improve it? Look, these days we have to improve our health. We have to be in high of spirits and improve our immunity, which is the key word these days. So how to improve it is a big thing. So there are various factors which we can look forward to. First is the most important thing, the food or the diet we eat. Next is exercise, sleep, emotions, breathing, meditation, affirmations, perspective. All of these are very, very important overall and together collectively forming the holistic health. So first of all, we'll take all of these in brief. First is our food, the diet we eat, the fuel we need for our bodies to survive. So the food is very important aspect of our life. What we feed ourselves is what we gain. So basically superfoods for our immune system, especially being in India, we have so many, so many concoctions and so many home remedies and Dadima ke nuske for this and that. And they actually are very, very helpful and beneficial. So this is the wisdom which is with our homes, which is in our homes only. So basically the garlic, almonds, everyone is aware that you should eat 3-4 soaked almonds in the morning. Citrus fruits provide us so many vitamins, especially vitamin C. Then the concoctions, especially the teas, including the green tea, the cinnamon tea, chamomile tea, jasmine tea, they all help us de-stress and calm down. Plus the warm water, saline water gargles every morning, drinking of these teas, they really help in our throat, throat to be clean and the lungs also. So same is the case with ginger, turmeric. They are anti-inflammatory. They have very good antioxidants. They really help to fight the infections. So these things we should inculcate. Apart from taking a balanced diet, which should include carbs, proteins, fats, all in moderation. And with roughage, fiber content, and water. So adequate water is also very essential. Like 10 to 12 glasses of water we should drink every day. And if it is warm, it's good. And these days, because of the heat, we can infuse them with lemon or any mint maybe, or coriander leaves. They really help. Second aspect is exercise. Exercise can be of any form. Chandigarh is a city which is actually meant for exercising, and people are so health conscious over here. There are so many tracks, cycle tracks. There are so many parks over here. Outdoor gyms, open gyms are available, and we are blessed to have these things here to help us stay fit. And administration has also helped us a lot in giving a relaxation of 2 to 3 hours in the morning for the morning walk. So we can do it in the morning, and then yoga, stretching. We can climb the stairs, skipping, any form of exercise, and 30 minutes of rigorous exercise every morning really helps us a lot. Sleeping well. Now, our body has an amazing capacity to heal itself. The wear and tear throughout the day, it is just that it is healed during the sleep. So it's a best thing to calm us down. And we do face a problem of insomnia these days. So sleeping well is really important. Quality sleep is very important. 6 to 8 hours of quality sleep is important for us. So if there are a few tips on sleeping well. Firstly, we know that we should avoid having caffeine and tea, etc., like things, especially before going to bed. Then we should avoid watching television 30 minutes before sleep. We should cultivate the habit of reading a book before sleep, take a hot water bath before going to sleep, put on any soft and soothing music, and we should not carry our day stresses and tensions to bed. We should keep away from electronic gadgets, which I think these days WhatsApp does not allow us to do. So we are awake late night also with Netflix and Amazon Prime videos all night going on. So there's a toll over our sleep. So sleep patterns are disturbed even if we don't sleep at a fixed time. It's very important to maintain a routine fixed time for sleeping and waking up in the morning. So it really helps us stay healthy and build our immunity. So emotions, basically what are emotions? Emotions really take a toll on our health, and emotions affect our immunity in a bigger way. Like fear, as we know that the fear created by this pandemic, it actually causes stress, which in turn causes anxiety, which in turn causes anger, regret, guilt, and panic. And this is a vicious cycle. We keep rotating in this, and these all increase our stress hormone cortisol, which lowers the immunity level. So this is the most important part. We have to have a good mental health for this. So having a calmer attitude, and we have to be in the present moment. अभी जो हम सोच रहे हैं हमें उसी टाइम पे रहना चाहिए, ना तो हमें पास्ट में जाना चाहिए ना हमें फ्यूचर में जाना चाहिए, बिकॉज यूजुअली हम लोग या तो पुराना सोच रहे होते हैं या फ्यूचर का सोच रहे होते हैं. अभी हम जो प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में है वो हम कभी होते नहीं, which is very very important for us to stay. So next we have to be grateful, we have to be kind and forgiving. So and we have to do whatever we love doing. So whatever is your hobby, you must inculcate and take out time to do that, practice that. It's the best time to do this. So you have to bring your attention to your breath every few minutes. Focus on your breath, which also calms down your mind. So whenever you have these symptoms in your mind, whenever you feel you're feeling anxious, fearful, just pay attention to your breath. Come to the present moment and calm down yourself. You can count from 10 to 1 slowly, and you will be in the present moment, and it will help you out. Next is the breathing or the pranayama. So we are blessed that Ayurveda or the pranayama therapy is it has been started in India only. So the pranayama or breathing techniques, these are very, very important. How you breathe. So it's a technique in every kind of pranayama, which helps you relieve stress, which helps you get out of your blood pressure, high blood pressures, diabetes, and then it helps in calming your body down. It helps in creating a new perspective. It helps in removing the negativity and brings you to the present moment. So pranayams actually are of very, very different types. But basically, I practice these 5 in my routine. So basically, first is Anulom Vilom Pranayam, which is alternate nostril breathing. It starts with the left nostrils and ends with the left nostrils. So deep breathing, deep inhalation, and then exhalation. And then is Bhastrika Pranayam, deep inhalation and exhalation with force. Thirdly is Ujjayi Pranayam, breathing through your throat. It helps in relieving your throat symptoms and calming you down. Then is Bhramari Pranayam. Bhramari Pranayam is basically these breathing. So we close our eyes with the help of our fingers, and then we make a sound of a bee. It really calms down and settles our body. Kapalbhati Pranayam is repetitive and focusing on our exhalation through our abdomen, which is really beneficial for all the stress related activities and for blood pressure and your gastric health. Because in this second wave of COVID, there are gut related issues, diarrhea, vomiting, and nausea. So we must give more importance to our gut health. Next is the meditation. So meditation basically involves it can be of various types. It is up to us which of us we practice. Basically, I am a follower of Isha Foundation, Sadhguru, and I've done my inner engineering course. So I do Shambhavi Mahamudra every morning. It's a set of different breathing exercises, which really helps you calm down and makes your day very positive and feel energized also. And I feel really, really energized after that. So we have the power to regulate our nervous system by the way that we breathe. So practicing meditation has been associated with regulating trauma, processing of emotions, boosting immunity, and several other benefits. So there are so many kinds of meditations available online these days. It can be Art of Living, or maybe whatever suits you, especially the guided meditations on YouTube. You have so many opportunities to do that. You can just log in and start with meditation. So 15 to 30 minutes of meditation really helps you calm down and get out of this negative environment. Affirmations. So affirmations basically are easy to use. These are the statements. These are the powerful, positive self-talk statements. If we imagine like Google Maps, we feed an address to a Google Map, and we travel to that place through the guidelines. So similarly, when these affirmations are practiced over a period of time, these positive statements are repeated. They go to your subconscious mind and they really help you and become your way of thinking. You don't realize it, but then slowly and steadily they help you get out of your negative behavior. So there are many affirmations which we can repeat every morning and every night while going to sleep. Maybe it can be, I am safe and secure. I am divinely guided and protected. I am blessed. I am grateful for all that I have. I am worthy of loving relationships. I am complete in all respects. I am a magnet for all good things in life. So magnet, this point is really important, because actually we are a magnet. We emit the thoughts and we get the same thoughts. So we attract the thoughts we give to the universe. It's very important to stay positive, because when we give negative thoughts to the environment, we attract those in our life. So this is again a very, very important thing to say, that I am a magnet for all good things in life. And today is the happiest day of my life. And we should be thankful every morning that we are waking up alive and healthy. So perspective is again basically our point of view. So in Hindi we call it दृष्टिकोण, और देखने का नजरिया, कि हम लाइफ को किस तरह से देखते हैं या किस तरह से जज करते हैं. We all know that if we have a glass of water half filled, so everyone's perspective is different. That is half filled or is it half empty? So we have to inculcate a positive and a broader aspect and broader perspective to our life. The way we see and approach people, it is our perspective. So to build a broader perspective, we should talk to our friends, we should have a group, we should socialize, and so that we can have their point of view, and we can be we can be patient that he's suffering more than us. Why not I am far better than this. So we have to accept the change. We have to accept the scenario, let go, move on, be thankful, and have faith, and be aware. So these days, psychologists, they recommend a few things. We say that they are saying that you should isolate yourself from news about the virus. And you should not look for death toll. It's not a cricket match to know the latest score. So don't look for additional information on the internet. And positive mood helps you protect your immune system, while the negative one diminishes it. So we have a quality time. We have ample time with our family. We should play board games with them, have a session of maybe a Zoom session with our family members, or who are not close to us. So we can just have a Zoom meeting and talk to them. And then we should firmly believe that this too shall pass and we all will be safe. We can watch comedy movies and various laughter videos. That's the best medicine we can say. So homeopathy basically involves the holistic approach. We treat the patient and not the disease. We individualize each patient because each patient is different. Even if two patients suffering from COVID or maybe any disease, we can say cough or cold, if we have to individualize, both of them will be getting, maybe if they are from the same family, maybe they are siblings only, but they'll get the different medicine because the mental aspects and the and whatever the characteristic particulars and the physical symptoms, that they will be different. So on that, we prescribe that homeopathy medicine. So it follows the holistic approach because homeopathy treats the patient and not the disease. So how aware are we on COVID-19 healthy lifestyle analysis? We have to self-check, basically. So we have to have COVID appropriate behavior, which is for all. We have to wear masks all the time while we are going out, and then hand washing as a regular practice, sanitization, social distancing, vaccination. These are all part of COVID appropriate behavior. And then exercise, sleep and rest. We should not overexert. We should not over-exercise. But 30 minutes of exercise in the morning and breathing exercises in the afternoon or in the evening are enough for your health. So stress you should avoid. You should. I've already shared. And then gut health is really, really important because these symptoms are coming, especially the diarrhea, dysentery, and the nausea, vomiting. So pro and prebiotic bacteria are very important for our health, which we usually get through our diet if we include lassi, curd, fermented foods, and kanji, etc. in our diet. They really help to complete this deficiency. So in the end, I would recite this mantra: Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhag Bhavet. May, this means, may all be healthy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may no one suffer. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Parul. That was wonderful. We can take some question and answers or queries from attendees, from members. Dr. Parul, we'll take some questions if members have some questions. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm sure there would be members who have queries. That was quite a broad presentation covering various aspects. I like that slide with the all the circles about.
Yeah.
Can members unmute themselves, or you can just put on the chat?
Yes, they can. Yeah, we can have a general talk.
Can I ask you, make a comment in fact?
Yes, sir.
I'm Balram Gupta.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you, Dr. Parul?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good. You know, the best recipe that I can think of,
Yes.
particularly during the pandemic times,
Right.
keep your mind engaged with something which you love, something which gives you satisfaction, something which gives you happiness.
Absolutely agree with you, sir.
I think this, for mine, is the best recipe to keep yourself in good, healthy mind as such.
Correct. Absolutely,
This
sir.
is what I think about this.
True, sir. Agree. Completely agree with you.
Dr. Parul.
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much. I just wanted to make a comment on that.
Dr. Parul, I
It
want
was-
to say
Yes.
I follow most of the things that you have described.
Oh, that's
Except-
wonderful.
So that keeps me
That's why
healthy.
she keeping so young.
I'm 85 years old.
That's
Only
amazing, ma'am.
Looking 58.
Only thing,
Yes.
I can't help watching the news. I keep on watching the news day and night.
Before sleeping?
That you can avoid at least before sleeping.
Today's news, all COVID on
Right.
corona.
Also, I want to keep myself update about the disease, about everything. So keep on hearing news.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
But until it affects you, that's okay.
But your
Dr.
speech
Parul.
was excellent.
Oh,
Your
thank you
address
so
was
much.
very systematic and very informative. I'm really
Thank you so
want
much.
to congratulate it better.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
That's why you are beautiful inside and outside.
Oh, thank you so much.
Dr. Parul.
Dr. Parul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, my name is Raj Luther. I'm the
Good evening, sir.
sergeant and arm of the club. You know, I have a question. When you're doing
Yes.
Bhamri Pranayam
Yes, sir.
and you're buzzing, with the closed eyes, and they
Right.
say it creates nitric oxide in the nostrils, which kills the coronavirus. Is that true?
It is true, sir.
Nitric oxide when you're doing
Yes, correct. The humming sound that we make, it actually produces nitric oxide and it kills the bacteria and viruses.
very, very active, isn't it?
Yeah.
Achha, second, how much you think is sufficient quantity of water for 80-year-old like me in a day? How much water we should I take? 6 glasses, 2 liters, 3 liters?
Sir, what is your requirement? How much are you taking at the present?
6 glass, samjho. 3 glass early morning.
So
Hot
you can only the water
Only water with the
and other fluids. If we add the other fluids also, how much does it come to be?
other fluid, including everything. 3 milk, 6 glass.
Okay, then you can increase up to 8 to 10 glasses, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So, Dr. Parul,
Yes, sir.
it was a wonderful holistic approach which you told, and that every word was scientifically true. But your background is from homeopathy also.
Yes, sir.
Can you throw some light about because most of the people in Delhi also they say that in homeopathy there is a treatment and there is something like that. Number one, and number two, just a small correction.
Yes, sir.
Nitric oxide is not a bactericide. Nitric oxide is not a bactericide. PGI researches also have shown that its production is enhanced in the body, but it doesn't kill bacteria or viruses.
All right. Thanks for the information, sir. Thanks for the correction.
Regulates the production of certain estrogens and hormones, which are happy hormones, and then
Right.
That
Definitely.
Dua ji, that kills the happy hormone.
Yes.
That kills the bacteria?
No, it cannot.
No, it does not. He's saying it does not. So
It
we
helps
can
only.
correct. Yeah.
Because every day in your body, nitric oxide is produced, especially in the reproductive system where it enhances the orgasm also.
Right.
That is for the
Coming to homeopathy, sir. Coming to homeopathy, as I told you that homeopathy has a holistic approach. So whenever I'm treating a patient, each patient is different for me. So whether it is COVID or whether it is some other disease, I have to take the present complaints with the mental picture in which the patient is at present, and then I prescribe on those particular symptoms. So unlike allopathy, there cannot be a single medicine which we can give to everybody, and it can be a good, preventive or something for the patient. So
allopathy is also holistic approach.
We have Dr. Vora also waiting for a query, and then we'll also have Dr. Rita Kalra after that.
Good evening, Dr. Parul.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, doctor.
I want to ask you one thing. First of all, I want to introduce my friend. He's also present. He's not a Rotarian, Mohit Srivastava. He is working on oxygen tents. So we'll be hearing from him very soon. So I don't know what is your idea about oxygen tanks. Mohit, you are there? Mohit? Mohit, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm very much here.
I was just talking to Dr. Parul about it.
Right.
I have one query. You said that
Yes,
you
sir.
do what you love the most. And you also said that you should sleep at time. Now, my problem is I'm the editor of the bulletin. And I like working late at night. I love that.
Okay.
So what would you say about that? I love working at night. You said
So
you do what you love the most.
So you are basically nocturnal worker.
And even like Mohit is there, he's also into electronics and computers. Everyone who is into computers or working on laptop, they always sleep late. But we stick to our 6 to 8 hours a day of sleep. That is, I think, more important.
Okay. So it has been your habit since how many years?
Sleeping late? I don't know. It must be over the nearly 20 years.
Then it's a habit. Then your body has
of the bulletin, and but also used to like working at night.
So your body has already acclimatized with it because you are a nocturnal worker.
And if I try to sleep early at 10 o'clock, then I feel uncomfortable at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Obviously, because your body clock is like that now.
Yeah,
so you can stick to your routine. Yes.
So you approve of my sleeping late?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well,
Ajay, I would like to request you, when I will be giving you a call, I would be needing your PowerPoint presentation for the bulletin.
Sure, sir. Sure. Definitely.
I'll give you a call. I've seen your number is there.
Sure, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll give a call after a little while.
Dr. Rita, yes, you're waiting.
Dr. Parul, it was a very nice presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Like when this first wave came, we were using arsenic album as a preventive. Like,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And it was also given if you had exposure to in contact of positive patients. So this time there was no such wave, like nobody prescribed and nobody gave. So can you
actually, ma'am, I told you that again with new symptoms coming in with the second wave, there are so many symptoms, new symptoms. So we prescribe on those symptoms only. So every case is different, and we cannot prescribe a single medicine for everybody. So many of my patients, they take online consultation. So according to their present scenario, we prescribe the medicine.
There is one medicine.
Can you suggest some medication when we have like moderate or severe illness, like people who are unable to maintain their SpO2 above 90? So is there any specific medication?
Ma'am, please, can you just ping on my number? I'll share with you some of the medications for the moderate and severe.
Okay. And last question is, we are all talking already about post-COVID rehabilitation.
Right.
Second wave is over. So do you think homeopathy can help in myocarditis or post-lung trauma or kidney?
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Effects due to use of tocilizumab and remdesivir.
Correct. It can help, ma'am. Yes, of course.
Doctor, I would like to also
there
add.
Are medicines for rehabilitation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll call you and then...
Sure, ma'am. Anytime.
Because we are setting up a post-COVID rehab clinic.
Okay.
So it is a holistic care, which of course includes the different aspects beside allopathy, as you shared with us today in our.
That's wonderful, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think someone else also had a question. I couldn't I think observe who was that.
May I ask a
I
question?
think it was Mohit wants to ask something.
Dr. Sahab, just in the context of homeopathy, I would
Yes,
like
sir.
to share some information, and you can correct me if I'm wrong or what. But this is a very practical thing that which happened in our family, and
Yes,
there is
sir.
a homeopathic medicine called Aspidosperma, and it has been reputed to raise the oxygen level. And there we have actually known some few people who claim that their lives have been saved because of that. Because there was this very close friend, my wife's. In fact, my wife is here, also listening to your beautiful discourse on homeopathic medicine and how holistic approach to medicines. So this is something that I want you to confirm. Aspidosperma is quite they say the oxygen level raised immediately, and 5 times the person took while coming from the house to the hospital, and he really claims that I was saved because of this. Is that
so basically, Aspidosperma, we use it for asthma and pneumonia only. So in COVID, symptoms are of pneumonia and asthma like only. So lungs are affected, and it increases the oxygen capacity, but only if the symptom matches with the patient. So most of the cases, they respond to this medicine because the oxygen level gets raised.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Parul, I want to ask you something in a very lighter vein. That in homeopathy, you take so much of care, you ask so many questions to the patient.
Yes, sir.
You spend at least 1 hour or 45 minutes. And there was a patient who spent 1 hour with the homeopath. And by the time all the questionnaire was finished, he said, Doctor Sahab, main to theek hi ho gaya. But that in lighter vein, I said, but I think so much of closeness that you show with the patient, you literally go into the details and what he is suffering from, what is his habit, what is his background. And I think that is true. That helps the patient a lot. Mentally and psychology also gives a lot of relief. When normally your doctor will, within 5 minutes, he wants the patient to get out of his clinic, the next patient comes next. So, but in your case, it is not like that. You spend a lot of time.
Actually, sir, homeopathic case taking is therapeutic. It really helps relieve many of the things patients have never focused on. Then they start focusing on it, and it is therapeutic.
And it helps also, like it is helping in COVID also. Just the question that Mohit had asked you. That was, I heard about this medicine earlier also. So we should think of alternative medicines also for this pandemic.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
There is a remedy.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
All right. There's something, we have a query from Dr. Pravesh Sablok. I'm not sure, could you ask that? He's asking for your opinion about Camphora as a preventive medication.
Sir, again, Camphora, actually, we cannot give it as a preventive. We cannot give one medication as a preventive because arsenic, many of the medicines are floating, and the medicine, especially on WhatsApp. So Camphora basically is a chilly patient. He has to feel the chills, and there's a constant breathing which is coming through the nose, and then there's a fainting spell in between. If these symptoms are there, we can give Camphora. Otherwise, no, I don't recommend Camphora as a preventive to any symptom.
So thank you. I think your number has been put up by Nitin.
Yes.
I hope there's no mistake in that. I just see as 9501010101.
Correct.
That's easy to remember. So
yeah.
Quite a binary, I think, 01.
Yeah, right.
Just one query. Actually, I had two. Normally, an impression that I have is when we start a homeopathy treatment, it sort of seems to be endless. Because we are continuing to take when there's a medication. So, can you just explain? Is that why, unless patient himself stops going or taking those medicines? So,
actually, once we prescribe the medicine, after we take the case, and once the first prescription is made, so post 15 days, we can predict after seeing how is the condition, so how is the response, and so these things make us actually predict how much will the cure take place, how much long will it take place, what will be the duration of the medication. And then it again depends on how chronic the problem is. So there are many things which are taken into account, and then only we can predict how long will the duration of the will be medication.
And then I had one more query. In your experience pre-COVID and during COVID, if you've had case of let's say similar patients, what sort of changes are you seeing in terms of either from the patient side or from your prescribing side?
Yeah, sir. Basically, I gave online consultation to patients, and the cough, the pneumonia, then oxygen levels, the fear factors, the anxiety factors, especially I actually had many cases with anxiety and fear and panic attacks during COVID, which were beautifully covered by homeopathy.
Dr. Parul, for online consultation, would you share your number?
Sir, this is the same number. Sir, this is the same number.
Will you kindly repeat it?
Yeah, sure. It's 9501.
9501.
01.
Again 01.
Again 01. It's 4 times. 0101. 0101.
We have Mohit also with a question. Mohit.
Right. Actually, this will take at least 2 minutes to explain, and it is a very important thing, and you could save a lot of lives. You see, I have a very typical scenario. I've been working on a system in which, oxygen is a very crucial thing. Brain is deprived of oxygen for 10 minutes, it does irreversible damage. So like you said in COVID management, so I have a typical scenario. Most of the deaths that are happening today are happening in the ambulances or maybe during travel, because even in a small city or even city like Delhi, it takes at least 4 hours for a person to reach from home to find a hospital. And if the hospital are not ready, then he's roaming around the whole city finding a hospital. So like you said very aptly, what is the best homeopathic medicine that can be given to manage stress or anxiety or this oxygen? Because we are working on a system in which with very limited amount of oxygen, we would be able to keep a person alive for about 8 hours. So we have done a research on that, and I would like to speak a little bit, if your august body permits. I would like to make them aware of what is happening. But definitely, I'd like to be in touch with you, because if we add that as a treatment, then it will definitely improve our success rate.
Yes, sir. There are 3-4 medicines which are really helpful in this stage, and if we have those, for emergency, they really help.
Which ones?
Sir, arsenic album is one of them.
Okay.
Then Aspidosperma is one of that.
Okay.
And then for anxiety and fear, there is Gelsemium.
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 Okay, great.
And then Stanum Met. But again, we have to see the condition and then only prescribe which one will be the most suitable. Stanum Met is there. Spongia is there. How's the case of pneumonia? What is the oxygen level? How the patient is reacting to the things? So on that we can prescribe immediately.
Right. So
we can keep 10, 12 emergency medicines with us, and we can prescribe one at that time, and it can save life.
Okay. So I'll be in touch with you regarding that.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
And my wife also, Renu, she also wants to, she's been watching you all along.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
See, we've been hearing about these medicines. Even there's another one, Carbo-Veg.
Yes, of course.
That also we've been hearing about. But in market also, when we try to procure them, the German versions are not available. The Indian versions are available. So how do you rate them? And if which one should we prefer, or do you rate them equally?
No, ma'am, actually they are equal only. Indian ones are also good, though German ones are preferred, but Indian ones are equally good these days. Especially Schwabe, which is German also. So Schwabe, India is also equally good. So if we want to procure the Indian ones, Schwabe, India is better than taking SBL.
Thank you.
And this particular Aspirosperma, the German version is not
available. It is out of stock, right?
Yes. So, do you advise that we should keep it as a emergency thing? The Indian version?
Yes, we can. Yes, ma'am, we can. And if whatever is available, you can have it. If it is Indian version, except for the Schwabe, if it is SBL or any other local one also, then we have to increase the dose. Instead of 10 drops, we can give 15 drops.
And what should be the frequency?
If the patient is suffering at that very moment, then we have to give it at 15 minutes gap thrice, and then every hour.
Okay. Dr. Arun, you must put a disclaimer also along with all these. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Please.
He just asked you to put a disclaimer along. I think that's probably on the slide also. So we'll just take one last query that's come on the chat. You can see that Dr. Parul, that's again from Dr. Purve Sablok. On he asked for your opinion on
सब पता है तेरे को इसके बारे में.
Could you get that query?
Yeah. So what is my opinion on mixing the pathies? Sir, allopathy and homeopathy can be given simultaneously, but we cannot club it with Ayurveda because the source is same. So basically they react. So we can give homeopathy along with allopathy.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. We just, I think we'll stop with the queries here. Otherwise, this can really go endless. But since you've shared your contact details, members are, have taken note of that and can definitely proceed contacting you. I would now like to invite our Director of Club Service, Lieutenant Nitin Kapoor, for the expression of gratitude.
Keynote speaker, Dr. Parul Kalra, President Sanjay Bhatia, Secretary Suchi Thakur, Rotarians, friends, a very good evening to all of you. जैसे होम्योपैथी की मीठी गोलियां होती हैं ना, the same way, Dr. Parul Kalra, you have explained us about the well-being today. Thank you very much, ma'am, for enlightening us on the healthy life during these difficult times. Also, thanks to all the participants for attending this session. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me over. Thanks a lot for this amazing session.
My pleasure, Parul.
All right, thanks.
So, thank you, Nitin. I think you are the last person who will need any dosage. You rather give your sweet positive dose to us all the time. We'll come to the announcements. Actually, this is birthdays and anniversaries. Can you see this on the screen? I'm trying. So I'll go with the dates. We have the wedding anniversary of an Hindu and Rotary past president Dr. VJS Vora, which is today. I think I'll have to, why don't you unmute yourself, Dr. Vora? I see Hindu ma'am also there with you.
Yes, sir. I made it today. I said I don't want to attend alone.
Absolutely, you would have been, you know, I've seen Rotary clubs with the sergeant actually fines. So, बहुत मुबारक हैं आप लोग दोनों को.
Thank you very much.
And
thank you.
I hope Dr. Vora has had a nice.
Thank you for the gift also.
I hope you've had your cake as well.
Yes.
Okay, so from 21st of May, we move to 23rd of May. We have plenty of celebrations for Sunday. We have the birthday of Rotarian Bhavneet Singh Chandok. We have birthday of Rotarian Pradeep Sasoria. And we have again birthday of Anne Deepthi, as spouse of Rotarian Anup Sharma. Anup, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, good evening.
Congratulations for Deepthi for 23rd. I think both of you have your birthdays within a week of each other.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think their marriage is also coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marriage anniversary भी आने वाला.
I think you know. So, and we have wedding anniversary for Anne Kiran and Rotarian Ashok Kumar Sharma also on 23rd. We come to birthday on 25th May, past President Rotarian R.K. Goel. He would not be, I think he's not been attending our virtual meetings. And Shuchi, I think you're there. We have birthday of Ankur Thakur on 26th of May.
Thank you, Sanjay sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
We can hear your voice. Let it be louder. Happy birthday for Ankur. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the gift.
Oh, you have to give a gift on 26th to Ankur. I hope he gets a wonderful cake or whatever you can cook up for him. You know, there are 364 days to cook up other things, but let it be special on that. So good wishes to all the celebrating members, house and couples.